The journey for this ministry has never been easy. This vision has never been one that is easy. This vision is complex, this vision is grand, but without a shadow of a doubt, this is a vision from heaven. This vision came about suddenly, but it happens gradually. This year we got the opportunity to start off the year by going to Brazil. In Brazil, we did our first ever Breakthrough Fest. We did an outreach to the community of Sao Paulo, Brazil, specifically the community of Campo Limpo Paulista. In this community, there are several people who are vulnerable to human trafficking. In this community, there are women and children who are very, very susceptible to the horrors that lie within human trafficking. In this outreach to the community, we provided food, we provided clothing, we provided shoes, we provided dental care, we provided doctors, we provided haircuts and beauty, makeup. We also brought in psychologists who did several exercises with the women. These psychologists taught these women how to forgive others and how to forgive themselves. There are beautiful stories of life-changing, heart-changed, or beautiful stories of people coming out of addiction, turning away from their old ways. These stories are what we live for. We are here to see the world revolutionized. We are here to see those who are in slavery be freed. We are here to see restoration and reconciliation. This event was just the beginning of something monumental. We envision a world liberated from modern-day slavery. What would it look like to see a world where there was no more worry of whether or not your daughter or your son or your wife would be abducted? What would it look like with a world where we know that there could be trust and hope again? For our mission, we serve as a conduit through which modern-day slavery is abolished. Communities are restored and homes are made whole, one person at a time, through the sharing of the gospel. Sometimes our most powerful messages are not the ones we preach with our lips, but the ones we preach with our lives. Let us not only preach the gospel, but let us also be the gospel in action to every nation, tribe, and tongue. Brazil, rescue is coming. Brazil, breath is coming. And not only to Brazil, but to the nations. Over these next 20 years, we hope to see something drastic take place in the nations that will bring hope to families, that will transform communities, restore homes, one person at a time. Just as God used Moses and Aaron to liberate the people of Israel, God is raising up people like you and I. He's raising up our brothers and sisters. He's raising up a countless group of people to speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, to be a voice for the voiceless. Just as Aaron was the mouthpiece of Israel as he spoke to Pharaoh on behalf of Moses and shared the message of God with Pharaoh and commanded Pharaoh to let his people go. God wants to use you as a mouthpiece. Do not keep quiet about the things that matter. The late and great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said it best. Our lives end and cease to be effective when we become silent about the things that matter the most. God's heart has always been for his people to be free. And not only does he want his people to be free, but he wants his people to worship him. He says countless times in Exodus, "Let my people go. so that they can worship me in the wilderness. And not only does God want us free, and not only does God want us to worship Him, but He wants us to become an army. He says to Moses, Israel will march out like an army. My friends, there are so many people in Egypt. Globally, it's said that 50 million people are in conditions of modern-day slavery today. That's more than during the transatlantic slave trade when slavery was illegal. Right now, we're in a global crisis. Human trafficking is a $150 billion business. That's more than Coca-Cola and Pepsi combined. In Sao Paulo, Brazil alone, there are almost 400,000 people in conditions of human trafficking. And this is just those that are recorded. My friends, they're crying out for rescue. Your brothers, your sisters, they're crying out for a hand to help them. Our question today is, will you partner with us in offering hope? Will you partner with us in sharing the liberation with the nations?